What's up guys, this is me Ahmad and you're watching The Drop. Today we're going to be discussing about the presence of Netflix in Pakistan, and I have with me Amna Khan. Amna, glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So Amna, the major chunk of population doesn't have access to Netflix. Do you really think we should be concerned about it?
Honestly, given this globalized age and considering how the media is evolving in the world, we really need to care about how our content is being perceived abroad. Narrative building is a very big chunk of soft foreign policy, and Pakistanis have 22.2% of Pakistanis have access to internet. And yes, there's a language barrier, there are a lot of things that we need to work on, but this is a topic that we need to be talking about. Definitely.
The content provided on Netflix and local television and broadcast media, there's a big difference, and the audience is also different. They cater to a different audience. So do you think the broadcast media is in jeopardy?
It is, because honestly, if you're trying to just convey the same redundant message to the same audience, it kind of gets old. We don't have new scripts, we don't have new script writers. Our films are just, they are following the same stream length, and we're not evolving in a way that we're trying to tell people and engage people in a conversation of what it means to be a Pakistani, what it means to be a Muslim or any other sort of ethnicity in this country. And I think that's where we're falling short, and trying to tell people how politically aware we are, what we are as an emerging youth, how our generation is developing.
But do you think there is a possibility that we could be a lucrative market just like India?
Of course, the biggest thing that works in India's favor is the fact that the demographic is so large that there are going to be people definitely who are working in one field or the other, because India is a country which believes in diversification of professions. So several people are doing several things, and there's a really large quantity of Indian immigrants who are working in Silicon Valley at this moment, who are venture capitalists, who are co-founders of new startups. They're really in an emerging market scale. And companies like Netflix, like Facebook, like Amazon Prime, which recently built its largest office in Hyderabad. Imagine the fact that, amount of employment that's going to provide. And Indian market is so saturated with people that these companies traveled all the way from Silicon Valley to India. So because they knew that they were going to find people who can cater to their needs over there. And Pakistan at this point is not diversifying at that rate. It's not really challenging itself. We're still focused on becoming doctors, engineers, or lawyers. We don't really give any consistency for the arts, for technological development. We don't invest in these things. You can't just say there's going to be a space race and a launch and we're going to compete with India, and not show figures and statistics to support that development.
Obviously, that's a major setback for Pakistan. But what are the grassroots differences that set India apart?
Well, Indians per se, even if we're competing at that same level and we want to, the grassroots differences are that they are training their kids at a very young age to aim for the stars. And you can see that reflected in the way that their job market is kind of translating that effect. Their content is developing at that rate. They're exploring themselves. They're actually engaging scriptwriters with film theory who have learned that stuff, and they're prioritizing people. They
don't have restriction in finding their profession.
Exactly.
Like we have in Pakistan, that you have to be a doctor or an engineer.
More than that, they also pay people to do that work. They encourage people to come on the forefront. People who are knowledgeable about film, television, and narrative building, they prioritize that sort of theory. Even if it is a very patriotic country, and Pakistan is patriotic in itself as well, but you can't just engage, you can't just be disconnected with the masses and expect people to buy the same redundant narrative again and again. You can't expect people to not want different things, especially people who are more engaged, educated. They do watch Netflix, they do watch American TV more. And you need to prioritize that audience and not constantly give that reflection, that mass. You need to engage masses. You need to engage Urdu reading masses. Even those people know that they need to fit into a different system. Just develop with the times. That's all I'm saying.
Obviously, these little things can make a major difference. So guys, this is it from today's episode. Hope to catch you next time. Till then, bye-bye.
We're really excited to share fantastic content with you
on all the fun topics.
Please subscribe to our channel by
clicking on the subscribe button below.